Hey guys, Tales of Turam here. We're here with another session today. Um, I am here with Theolyn, and this is supposed to be a Ryan Theolyn game, but Ryan's player, Domino, went to sleep already, so we assume that he doesn't want to play. Um, if you recall the last few sessions we did of this, I started off with this is a side session. This is a side campaign, you can call it, precursor to a campaign I will be running with Ryan Farrow and Theolyn. Today will just be Theolyn, or I should say tonight, because it's 10:20 p.m. for me. So yeah, we're here with Theolyn. If you would like to say hi,
Hello.
and we will be going over what happens after the events of last time. So, anything you would like to say, Theolyn, before we begin? Remember, you have 10 seconds left before we get to a minute.
Yeah. Let's hope I don't die while
I just
Orion Farrell is not
accidentally,
here.
I just accidentally opened up Twitch. Oopsie.
Eh,
It's gonna load in, and I'm gonna have to wait 10 minutes to close it. Woo! Because now it's
Ooh.
updating. Oh, there you go. Never mind. I closed it. Anyway, so let me get some music started. Slash heat. So last session, Theolyn and Ryan had come back from their journey, which found Theolyn finding Ryan and nursing him back to health upon a ship. Theolyn then was tested by a strange knight who bore similar resemblance to his master Ryan Farrow, and through a quick combat realized he was overpowered by this knight. At a disadvantage, the knight then disappeared into shadow and seemingly went to go attack Ryan. Theolyn, not knowing the strength of his master, went to go aid Ryan in whatever way he could. As he approached and made his way there, he saw a large blade of fire cut through the gigantic citadel fortress that Ryan had crafted meticulously, showering the sands of the Golden Ravine in embers from the sky. Seeing the aftermath of the fight between the mysterious knight and Sir Ryan Farrow himself, Theolyn would go up and have some words with his master before they would both go off to bed, awaiting their journey in the morning. Theolyn would pick up the sword of the knight, and piecing together that it was Orion Farrow or someone who knew of him from another realm of existence. Not on this realm of sorry, not in this realm, but of another existence specifically. Uncursing the sword and bringing it back to Ryan's room, no one answered the door. As Theolyn, you begin to walk back towards a small room that you have been provided. One of the maids begins to bring you close to the room. This human maid, um, no real describers of her. She looks towards you, and she goes to the door and slides her hand, which you can see has a small iron ring across her middle finger on her left hand. As she does so, the ring emblazes with these fiery red runic words across it, which I don't think you speak Infernal, do you?
No, I don't.
You can't understand it, but as she rubs it across the wall, you see a door suddenly appears in the steel wall. And you feel this
Um,
mirage like heat hit you. She looks at you and bows and begins to walk away.
I'll call out, "Thank you, ma'am," and I'll head into the room.
As you begin to head into the room, you push through, the door opens for you, seemingly turning to molten metal onto the ground. You step over it and you step in, and the metal hardens back into a doorway and presses and disappears. You can still see the seams of the light outside as you see a small room, an alcove that seems to have a small 5 to 10 foot hallway that goes forward. The walls are made of stone and metal, placed together. You could see what seems to be these beautiful archways, gothic in design, but made of straight metal as well, that seem to pierce this hallway that's only about 5 feet wide at the good parts. It's a pretty small hallway. Um, you can see in the distance a room. There is no light in here, however. It is completely dark.
Hmm. I will. I'm pretty sure I have. I thought I had dancing lights. I guess I don't. Um. Oh, but I do have daylight. Nah, I won't waste a third level slot. I'll walk forward.
As you walk forward, you eventually get to the end of the hallway. As you step past the precipice of the edge of the hallway, the room becomes alight with firelight and a bit of heat. As you look around, the room is this octagonal pattern with this that seems to have about I would say 70 feet of distance from one end of the room to the other opposite side of the room. As you look, you
Okay.
can see on the exact opposite side of where you enter is this large cast iron. I can't remember the name of the bed type. Give me a second. I might have it saved here, actually. Just one quick second here.
Okay.
Pretty sure I have it here. It is. Nope, 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 nope. It's not a bodice. No, it's this. It's like when you think of a princess's bed. It seems to have these iron frilled lines across the side with these dark iron poles on each corner that go up to a small, similar heading at the very top. That is just this pieces of iron that these iron boards. You could almost say. I don't know what they're actually called. Plates that seem to be very rectangular and fall between these four poles, creating a rectangle above the bed, where you can see these heavy curtains and silks of Arabic and Egyptian-like design seem to fall from. Orange, reds, blacks, very few cool colors, though there is yellow in it. As you look around, you can see the bed itself has this blackened, chic, beautiful bed cover on it. You can see the room has a few hanging chains along the wall, a few what are they called? It has this crown molding and this bottom area of the crown molding. Whatever the fuck that's called? That are beautifully. They match the color of the room, but they are not. They actually are made of metal, and you can see that there's a design in them that seems to be like a fist or a sword every so often. Um, as you look around the room, you can also see that the center of the room dips down within the 20-foot center of the room, and you can see a hearth, this brazier, not a hearth, that seems to reach up about 10 feet. That seems to be very wide, about 20 feet wide itself, and that is where the flame is coming from, magically in the center of this room. You can see where it licks up to the top of the room itself, which the top domes up, but in an octagonal kind of shape, almost like a dodecahedron. Um, as you see where it licks up to the top of the roof, there is this single, what is it called? Circular metal plate of iron, dark iron, that seems to be absorbing the heat. And as it hits the dark iron plate, you can see every so often this displacement of orange energy throughout the roof. You see there's a closet, there's a few nightstands, there's a desk, whatever you would think would be in like a nobleman's room. Um, Not much besides furniture at the moment. There's a chair. There seems to be what you would assume would be a wicker couch, but it's made of these very thin and very flexible. As you walk up and like pling them, it almost feels like wicker, but it is metal, and it still moves like it. Feels like it to the touch though, which is strange. The room is yours.
Ryan Farrow wasn't kidding when he said he served a king of iron. My goodness. This room is fancier than anything I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. The sword is still bent.
I would assume
It
you
caught.
wrapped it in like cloth around your back and shit.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know if I want to leave it here, but I probably have to. I'm just trying to think. I want to know because the hearth is still good, the brazier is still going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if something will happen if I put the sword near it, or maybe even in it, because it was like a fire sword, and Sir Ryan Farrow let out this massive blast of. Imagine if this sword is
You're cutting out,
anything
man.
like that.
You're cutting out.
Oh, hold on.
Bro, I have the right lighting for this in my room too because the blue light from my computer hurts my eyes recently. So I just have these LED lights that are giving off yellow light right now in my eyes, and it's like it gives an orange like feel, so I can feel like I'm in the room right now.
I'm just wondering if putting the sword like near or even in the fire will do something, but I don't want to fuck up the sword. Um,
Remember, the sword is a bit warped and strangely different from Ryan Farrow's ceremonial sword he carried, but it has similar designs, just warped and destroyed in bits.
yeah, because of probably what happened with the battle or whatever effect the curse had on the sword. So, uh, there's desk. Um,
I will say,
oh no,
as you
I
do
don't have
pull out
paper
and
and pen
hold the
anymore.
sword, you can feel that it does hold a small semblance of magical energy in it. Something that is akin to natural energy. You felt natural energy before, because Durath is filled with it, and it feels
Hmm.
like a dying embered flame
It
as you hold
feels
on to
like
it.
that, and I think I know exactly what I want to do. I want to place the sword in the brazier.
Alright, so you begin to walk forth as you unwrap. Do you unwrap it or keep it wrapped?
No, I'll unwrap it.
I don't know,
I'll
man.
like
It could be cooler if you keep it wrapped.
then I'll keep it wrapped. I'll like slowly take it off my back.
Alright, you slowly take it off your back and put it into the fire. As you do so, the cloth hits the fire and it seems to wrap around the cloth itself, catching fire. Cloth catching fire heavily. What are you doing?
Um, it's still in the brazier, right?
Yeah, the light of the room is starting to go.
I'm gonna stand back so I'm not like gonna be burned by the heat, but I do want to watch. I want to see what
So
happens.
you just laid it on the brazier in it.
I wanna. Well, is it so fucked up that I can't stab it in it?
So let me explain. So as you approach the brazier, there is nothing burning in the brazier. It is just
Oh, okay.
fire emanating from it.
Okay. Then I wanna
Actually, no. There would be a little bit of ash because there would be a. Actually, no. Would they burn that shit? No, they wouldn't burn that shit in the room. They don't want smoke. It's just fire.
yeah, yeah, it's just fire. Okay. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I wanna try and hold the blade in the
So you
fire.
drop it for a second, and the blade itself just starts to catch fire, and you go and pick it up, and you push it even further into the brazier. As you do, you begin to watch the room around you grows dark as the flames start to stop going wild around you. As you see, they become almost this pillar that shifts ever gently around you. The room darkens as only the glow of the brazier can be seen within 10 feet around you. The iron seems to almost shimmer and gives off a reflection of the light itself, almost like eyes in the night sky staring at you. As you look down, you can see the cloth itself is starting to take on a more orangish, kind of light silkish hue as the blade remains in there. As you hear in your mind, "Ooh, what do you seek? What ambitions do you hold? Who are you?"
Do I recognize this as Lord Soon?
This is not soon.
Hmm.
It is a similar voice because I can't do a lot of voices.
That's fine.
It's a
Okay.
bit more unlike Soon, who is like more so like he's demanding, sure, but he's more so like confident and
Yeah.
like he's like an overbearing presence. This is more of a relaxed but very confident voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's more. It's more. It's less of a like scary tone and more of a comforting tone.
All right. Okay. So he asked me what I wanted, my ambition. All right.
He asked who you are.
Hello, sir. My name is Theolyn.
I know your name, Theolyn. Who
You honor me.
are you? Sorry, my throat's hurting. Give me a second. Let me get the actual voice here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Should I just continue from there?
I do not need to know your name or your past. Who are you? What do you seek? What ambitions do you hold?
I am a weak man caught up in the winds and flames of something greater than I could ever imagine. I don't wish for much but to be useful. What little power I had possessed was clearly not enough in the face of such an overwhelming force that I couldn't even lay a scratch on him. My ambition, if one were to call it, will be to be as useful as I can in the coming days for my new master, and, if I may be so bold, in the comfort of my own privacy, friend, Sir Ryan Farrow. And my wish would be to be useful to the cause of what he follows.
You wish to serve the unstoppable force. You wish for power, for knowledge, to be useful, to find your purpose here. There are many paths. Child of the Golden Serpent, child of Rue Village, child of the Sands. The one you walk, a squire of the unstoppable force. You will find no rest. You will find no compassion. All those you hold dear may fall to embers and ash before you. If this is the path you seek, the path of power, continue along it. But I offer you a new path, a branch, one that can lessen the evils of this world, bring about a great good, a greater good. Your master walks a path of danger and destruction, one which he may fail, one he walks alone at the moment. Those around him may state that they walk with him, but they could never be his equal. This is because he has given himself to the path he walks. His ambitions lie within the goods of this world, within the fire that will burn the evil present within night and bring about a great light upon this dying empire. Your path should you walk alongside him, will see you fall behind, unable to stop his coming demise. If you wish to walk this path, so be it. But you have been chosen for a reason, Theolyn. You see this face made of fire, wrapped with bands of iron in the middle of the fire, and a single hand, a gauntlet of metal with fire bursting out of its seams, reaches out its hand towards you and touches your sword. It reaches its hand out towards you with its palm up. I can lead you along a path, one that will give you what you seek, to aid this world, to accomplish the goals set before you by Shugarath. One that will put you on even footing with the unstoppable force, or close enough that he may rely upon you. It is not my choice to make, but your own. So, what is it you seek? His hand remains outstretched.
Is this the King of an Iron?
You're unsure.
I am unsure.
Make a religion check.
Okay. I think I'm good at those. Let me double check what my religion score is. Yeah. R1d20 plus 5. 21.
I mean, it could be.
Could be.
It's like you're in the King and Iron Sir Knight's fucking palace. You walked up to a magical brazier and stuck his family sword in it, and someone you get the feeling it might be.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
You see at this point the edges of the cloth have started to burn a bit more. My time wavers. What is it you seek? What choices will you make?
Oh boy, I wanted to try and pray to Shugaroth to see if Shugaroth either approves or at least is neutral about this guy. If he has any sort of dislike, I'm probably not going to take whatever offer he's going to give.
You're unsure.
Can I make a religion check?
Make me a religion check.
R1d20 plus 5.
This is a really high roll, by the way. You need.
Yeah, 11. I'm not gonna do that.
You're not sure. The Temple of Shugaroth, it really depends on the person. Some believe that the king, because it's a religion that's worshipped in Durath very recently by very few. The King and Iron religion, it's not really known how it interacts with other religions. Shugaroth doesn't speak with any of his worshippers aside from the Pope, really, and you a few times.
Yeah.
So no one's really sure what his opinion on that is. But a few of the people in the temple disliked they called them zealots of the King and Iron. Some of them called them cultists. Some of them called them actual religious individuals. It really depends on the person.
Okay.
And I will say this: Theolyn recently has come to the understanding that not all undead are evil. But I don't know what he would think about the King and Iron religion, because you've seen the power that Ryan Farrow holds, but the toll that it's taken on his brain, on his psyche. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he believes he's all alone. So I don't know how good that is for my mental health.
You see the room around you begins to darken a bit faster.
I will. Okay, I don't have much time then. If you are, oh wait, hold on. Let me get into. Yeah. If you are who I believe you are, I don't know what to think, but making sure that Sir Ryan Farrow knows he's not alone is more important to me at the moment, and I'll grasp his hand.
As you grasp his hand, you feel fire burning throughout your entire arm. Are you still holding onto the sword, by the way?
Yeah, I think so. I was holding it in the brazier.
Okay. So as you grasp onto his hand, and you feel fire starting to burn at your arm, you suffer. It would be D10.
Let's hope I don't die.
You're at full health, by the
Excuse me.
way. I'll say you
Yeah.
got full health. Yeah. 22 fire damage.
All right. I'm at.
Do you continue to hold on?
Yeah, I'll continue to hold on. I'm at 98.
All right. As you continue to hold on, the creature looks at you as it's grasping your right arm, and it looks to you. Well, actually, you wouldn't be able to grasp its arm because it's bigger than your entire forearm. Its hand is.
That's
so
true.
You're holding on. He's grabbing your arm. As he is, he looks towards you. I see the flame of ambition in your eye, dear child. You may not be able to think or properly decide at the moment, but the decisions of heroes rarely come with time to decide and think. If you follow this path, your ambition... By the way, you take another... 29 points of fire damage.
29, I'm at.
Your ambition.
I'm at 60.
You shall not find yourself scorched. You will find yourself burning brighter than any. You will find yourself amongst the greatest that walk these lands. I hope to see you succeed, child, where others have failed. As you take another 33 fire damage.
Okay, I'm at 36.
And you see his left hand reaches down and touches the blade. A gift for the path you must walk. As you see the fire from the flames and everything you're touching vanishes, and you see it coats into the blade. The cloth seems to have completely burnt away except for two strands that have turned into this silky, like, ribbon, orangish color that surround it. You see the warped bits of the blade start to realign itself as the beautiful details of the blade come to fruition. Let me get the details for you, because I actually have it written down.
Oh, cool.
Where is it? Jump. You see this great sword made with a steel blade, covered in ornamental bronze-colored metal along the guard, and wrapped in worn red metal around the handle. The actual blade of this sword seems to be glowing a red hot at the moment, and you can see the bits and pieces of its ornamental bronze are glowing as well, in a more orangish color. You can see the red metal that you're holding your hand onto is starting to cool to a golden yellow. As you continue to hold onto the blade, you can see the ribbons that wrap around the blade itself seem to almost embed into the ornamental design itself before they are absorbed into the blade itself. As you pull the blade out, the pommel that once existed there, this small U-shaped pommel, melts into the shape of a dragon-like head with these embering eyes. As you pull it out and your vision comes back too, your right arm is completely burnt and scorched, but you look towards the blade you now possess, and you see two flames as the blade begins to cool down a bit within the dragon-headed eye at the bottom of the pommel. Well, the dragon's head at the bottom of the pommel. The eyes glow with this ever-present flame of orangish and golden color. As you hold the blade and you make a swing with it, you see the ribbons of the silk-like ribbons that absorbed into it suddenly appear out, and the blade coats in this beautiful flame. As you swing it again and again, and then you eventually hold on to it and focus, the flames die down as the sword goes back to its silver and bronze color. The blade, which once vibrated as a dying ember in your hand, now vibrates and holds a nice, refreshing warmth in your hand. Almost like a sunny day. The blade has now become attuned to you, and you can see the ornamental pieces upon the blade have become differed. They seem to have changed shape. You see one of the ornamental pieces is this Sugarothian design that goes across it. When I say Sugaroth, the golden serpent, he is a serpent-like dragon. And you see the serpent-like dragon that moves across the entire blade, but made with bronze. And you can see that the head of the dragon is along the pommel. The dragon seems to spiral around the blade and around the handle all the way down to the pommel itself. The strange red metal that wrapped around the handle is now hold up. It was the handle or the guard for the red metal. Sorry. It was the guard. Well, no, handle. I'm stupid. The handle is now an orangish color. And it rests within your hands. You feel a strange attunement to this blade. You also feel a strange rumbling in your blood as you hold it.
So it's like my arm, like,
your
burnt,
arm is like 3rd-degree burns all over it.
Like the adrenaline from what just happened is maybe dying down. So I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna painstakingly, like my hand shaking, kind of lay on hands myself to make like all of it, not to maybe heal the burns, but to lessen the pain.
As you bring your hand and touch onto your arm, a jolt of shock rushes through you, and as you pump your lay on hands into your arm, you feel the vitality return to your body, but the arm remains scorched.
Have I ever seen Sir Ryan Farrow's arm before?
You have, when you rescued him and took his armor off. He was riddled with a few scars along his body, a few scorch marks, but nothing as serious as this. You did see one of his arms was made of fire.
Okay. I just wanted to know if this was something that signifies that you took the deal, but I guess not. Okay. So I put the sword into the freezer, did that whole thing, and now only have I don't have any pen and paper, so I can't make like a to-do list. So I'm gonna, I guess, head to the canopy bed. I think that's the title you were looking for.
Canopy bed, there it is. Thank you.
Yeah. And I will try to head to sleep.
All right. As you begin to sleep, you feel a wave of euphoria hit you as you find yourself within the sands outside of Rue Village, a few miles off, in the abundant desert, as you look up at the sky full of stars, this beautiful sights. Cool air hits you, a breeze. The smell of, how should I say, fresh air hitting your nostrils. You close your eyes and breathe, and you swear you see before you a serpent of golden aura energy appear in the distance. It stares at you and begins to head in a direction.
I want to try and follow it.
All right. As you begin to follow it through this desert, you pass eastwards, well, westwards. You go past Rue Village, but it's not there. Rue Village doesn't exist here. As you continue, you eventually get to a large river, which you know is the Grand Drathy River. And you can see the creature coasts over it and begins to descend into the Dunic region, west of the river.
I'll try and follow it.
All right. As you push through the river, to the river, you begin to step into it. It starts to. It's not like a shallow river. It is about maybe 5 feet from the edges. It dips down like 30, and then down 30 more, and it is a heavy drop. So as you begin to push through it, the water starts to push against you. Make me. This would be an athletics. Actually, no, because this would be. This is not a body check. This is a charisma saving throw.
All right. Charisma saving throw. I have a
Yes.
plus 14. 20 plus 29.
29. Fuck, the DC was 28. You sack of shit.
Let's
So,
go.
you managed to force yourself through the river. The cold not hitting you. The energy is not pushing against you of the river. You eventually get to the opposite side and stand up as you begin to continue to follow this strange serpent. You eventually, after feel like hours of chasing it, find yourself upon a small desert town made of adobe buildings and wood, stone, metal. A large wall, 10 feet tall, ancient stones piled up and reinforced with metal recently. These small platforms on both sides of the wall with these small walls on them themselves where you can see people running around. Well, not people running around, but people walking around with ballistas. These people seem to have tanner skin. They are denizens of the desert themselves. They have these cloaks on that are torn and tattered, and they're just staring around. You can see a small portcullis that has been built that is currently down. You can see in the very center of this town. Do you know the Tower of Babel?
Is that Is that the tower that this is out of game? Is that the tower that
Gilgamesh?
Bob really wanted to go to?
No.
Okay, then no, I don't know the tower. Oh wait, from the story Gilgamesh. Okay, yeah, I
like
know.
you know the illustration people draw of it, right? Let me just get
Yeah, I know the Tower of Babel.
Give me a second. I'm just gonna type in Tower of Babel so I can get an actual, because it looks kind of like a
It almost kind of looks like the Leaning
Colosseum,
Tower.
right? Like
Yeah.
kind of like that.
It's like a mixture between the Colosseum and kind of the Leaning Tower in the sense that it's like a giant, almost like a giant cylinder, but it's more cone shaped, I guess.
Yeah, you see this gigantic tower that looks akin to it, but it is not made of stone. You can see some stone parts to it. You see this gigantic, darkened iron tower, almost similar to the citadel of Orion Pharaoh. But this one is. You see many platforms and different levels of this this spiraling tower that goes up, this cylindrical tower, and you can see people walking along the different levels of the tower itself. You can see different braziers and bits of light that exist on it itself. You can see large creatures flying around it, these birds or different creatures of the desert that seem to perch on different areas. You can see some gothic-like arches on some areas from where you stand. And you see at the very top of the tower itself, unfinished at the moment it seems, stands this gigantic brazier that is alight. As you look upon this town, you see the Sugarothian serpent moves through the portcullis into the town, and no one seems to notice it.
I'll rush after it.
All right. As you begin to rush after it, the portcullis is in your way. What are you doing?
Portcullis is in my way. Am I able to go around it, or should I?
No, there's walls around you, around the portcullis. Do you know what a portcullis is? Castle, when they close that iron gate that has like the very small holes in it that go into the ground as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where?
Yeah.
That kind.
It's okay. So it's closed.
Yeah,
I probably can't fit through those holes, can I?
it'd be a hard check.
No, then I'm gonna attempt to climb over it.
All right, you're gonna attempt to climb over the wall.
This might be a
Okay.
because the door's already closed. I can't go through it, and I can't go around it.
All right. So
I'm
as
gonna.
you begin to approach the wall, you put your hand on the wall and it's sturdy. Um, you're gonna have to climb up about 80 feet and then start to climb backwards because there are platforms hanging off the edge of the wall. Remember.
Uh-huh.
As you
I'm gonna.
as you put your hand on the wall and you think, "Fuck," you suddenly feel your hand slip through the wall.
Oh.
As you find yourself stumbling forward through this beautiful inlaid tunnel of stone and whatnot, where you see a few other individuals walking. As you see two of these guards walk by you, and they just pass straight through you as you stumble forward outside the opposite wall as well.
No time, and I'll try and see if I can find the serpentine Shura.
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah, as you pass through, you do see it dancing through the village. You do see as you run by a kid in the village who seems to be like about to go into his house. His mother's like speaking a language you don't know. Ishvan el Kulvars il and points into the house. You see the kid look at the Shugaroth that passes by him, and you can see his eyes like go wide, and he looks at you as you pass by. As he points to you both, and the mother just like pulls him away and pulls him inside, seemingly not noticing you.
who was the questions for later?
As you continue
Keep going.
to follow and follow the Sugarothian image before you, the specter, you eventually get to the base of the tower itself before the Sugaroth seems to turn towards you. It curls around itself. You hear, this is the path you have chosen. Choose your path wisely, but stick to it, no matter what squalls come to you, child. If you believe this is the path you must walk, I am not to stop you. Just remember, your morals should come first. Evil cannot be allowed to sow itself into the fabric of this world. It has already done so. But if it... Who's fucking, like, watching root beer in the background, man?
It's these drunk guys outside in the courtyard. They're barking like dogs.
We cannot allow evil to sow itself into places of high power in this world. Remember who you are and what your ambition is along this journey, child. For this, and he looks towards the Iron Palace, is one of your destinations, a trial for which you will see what one who loses themselves can become. Remember this place, child of light. Remember. As he says this, the entire world shakes around you as your vision starts to go blurry. Remember. Remember. As it keeps shaking, eventually everything goes dark and you awaken in the bed in a cold sweat. Sweat just pouring down every fucking part of your body.
Shugural just talk to me? As I'm, like, fucking stupefied.
As you, like, wake up, you have this headache, like, on the... Let's see, if you're facing... Yeah, on the right side of your forehead, and as you, like, rub it and, like, start to look towards your sword, which is next... Well, the sword next to your bed. You reach down to your right, and the headache shifts to the center of your head. As you pull to the left, to the right a bit more, it shifts to the left side of your head. And you keep moving. It seems not to be a headache, but a draw in a certain direction.
A draw? Okay. Shugural. I choose. Said this was a destination. Let's go to. Okay. It was like a draw. I will.
Feels like something is beckoning you to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pick up the sword. And I don't imagine I have more bandages, so I don't have a sheath for a great sword. Can I fashion one?
Oh yeah, you can fashion one.
Yeah, I'll fashion one.
You take a few of the small pelts to silks and just fashion a sheath.
Fashion. I'm not carrying in my arm.
You're lagging out again.
Oh, hold on. And I need either a new computer or new fucking headphones because this happens all the fucking time. Yeah, I'll fashion a little thing so I strapped it in my back so I don't have to carry it everywhere. I will follow this beckoning, this call that I feel, or at least try to. I'll go in the direction where the draw feels like it's in the center of my head as I keep walking forward.
All right. So as you begin to walk the halls, it is early morning at this point. The light of day is coming up, and Ryan Farrow doesn't seem to be up just yet. Or a maid comes up to you and tells him he will be up in the next few hours. He needs to get a few things done, and then he will come to you. As you begin to leave the, not citadel, but the keep's main place, you come out to the foyer, and you can see individuals are rebuilding parts of the keep and citadel itself. As you begin to walk, you can see that the point where it's dragging you is southwards of the keep. Far southwards. As you look, you are in the Kenya district. It is a bit southeast, but south. Towards the Dunek region.
Dunek is there?
As you recall the dream from last night taking place in the Dunek region.
I want to find, like, a guard or someone to tell them that I'm about to go.
As you like find a guard, you see this like little dwarven lady who seems to be like wielding a large great hammer on her shoulder. She seems to be looking out at the edges of this like citadel next to the Great Bridge. What do you need, dear?
Excuse me, ma'am.
You're Theolyn, ain't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I just. What was the region's name? Dumek?
Dunek, like Dune.
Dunek. Yeah, Dunek. Okay. This may sound a little strange, but I feel an almost religious beckoning towards the Dunek region, and I was gonna follow it, but I know Sir Ryan Farrow is we are supposed to leave when he is ready, and I just wanted to know I just wanted to inform someone where I was going in case he comes around and doesn't know where I am.
Mind you, Theolyn, to travel to the Dunek region from this point, let me just check the map really quickly here. It's a bit of travel, by the way. It's going to take you hours to get there. Yeah, from this point, you would be... If you go to the maps of Turam, you're on the, like... You are. Let's see. Yeah, you are.
The maps of
The
Turam.
first one where it's
Okay.
Darath, like where it says all the names.
Yeah.
See the Golden
Yeah.
Ravine?
Golden Ravine. Yeah, I see
You
it.
see like where it droops down and then starts to droop back up into the edge. Uh,
Yeah, by Dust Valley, Providence, and Riul.
Renil.
Yeah, but no.
Past the L, where it dips back in to the Golden Ravine a little bit, like that little tooth-like draw, like someone just took a bite of it. That
Yeah.
is where the Citadel is. And you,
Okay.
from that point, you would be about probably 5 hours travel toward, like, to getting into the Dunek region
By walking? What if I
by walking.
use? And this is mostly desert land, or is this the?
The land that you're in is mostly like canyon-based land. It's a little bit more like open canyon-based land to an extent. So like there are small canyon walls and large jutting rocks here, and you're kind of like on. It's this one is kind of more like a steppish kind of canyon. So like there's canyons that you could dive into and whatnot, but it's more flat, rocky terrain.
Yeah.
Dunek
Okay.
is completely like you think of like Egypt and that stuff, rolling dunes.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, Dunek is the lowest point in the continent. Like the point you're in right
Mhm.
now, Kenya, is probably one of the higher points of the continent. It's probably like the reason it's so cool up here compared to the rest of the desert is because wind blows through it. It's so high and stuff like that. It's probably about a mile or so above sea level, and it can come down to sea level with those large cliffs on the northern face of Darath. I would say
Okay.
the Dunek region is around sea level.
I wanna.
So there are large walls that just drop on some parts of the Dunek region to it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like from the Kenya into Dunek region, there are large walls that seem to stop its natural defense, kind of. A lot of the
Okay.
creatures that live in the Dunek region do not make their way to the Kenya district because of those,
Okay. Can
such as
I
the
have
sand
this?
whales that exist there.
Oh. Oh, Sam. Oh my goodness.
Yes, very deadly. They are like
Very
CR
deadly.
20.
Is there anything like that sandworm from that one shot? Um.
Actually, funny enough, the sandworms are a species that the sand whale actually favors to eat.
Oh. Uh. Goddamn, the predator that fucked my character up really
Mind you, the
badly.
sand whales aren't really like they aren't like predators. They don't hunt people.
Yeah.
But what you would know about sand whales, if a city is in their way, they don't stop.
Oh no.
And they can. And what sucks about them, they move through the ground as if they're swimming in an ocean.
God damn.
They can be as big as a city. But those ones are just legendary tales.
Okay. Can I? Because I have the spell Find Steed, and that's probably going to reduce my travel time. But I want to do like a, I don't know, like a nature check or something to see if I know if there was like an animal that'd be more advantageous in traveling instead of like a maybe a traditional horse or pony
Horses
or
would
elk.
suck in this area because you have to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say make me a nature check. Yeah, because you don't know. You were raised in Riverton, man. You were raised in
Yeah.
Riverton and Rue Village. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I don't know. Well, we're about to find out. R1D20, maybe a 6, so no.
6? You've heard of billy goats and shit like that that exist in some of the larger mountainous regions. They may be able to do it, but you're not even sure what they look like. You never went to the libraries in fucking Riverton.
Yeah.
Actually, make me a general intelligence check. See if you will.
General.
See how
Gen-
well actually how intelligent are you? Like what's your intelligence score?
Uh, my intelligence is a 12.
12. Okay, you've read up a little bit. I'll allow it. Yeah, I'll say you know what a billy goat looks like, and you can create a larger billy goat if you wanted to.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah. I'll do that.
All right, you create this large billy goat before you, this shaggy furred billy goat with these large horns that come behind it as you see it form in front of you here. As it looks at you, this one yellow eye that looks towards you, and you see it immediately Because billy goats are not made for desert.
Oh boy.
Even though it is chilled, a little bit more chilled up here, you get the feeling you shouldn't be riding it when you get to the Dunek region because it is going to be hotter down there. Actually, no, because it is technically winter at this point. Never mind. It doesn't. It doesn't. You, out of character, it would get a heat stroke if it was summer or spring or
Okay.
fall. But yeah, you see it before you. It stands about 7 foot tall. These large horns that you could probably hold on to as you ride. Basically,
Gonna.
the fantasy Harley motorcycles.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pet it on its side and look back towards the door, the guard.
The
Um,
guard is just in awe.
yeah. Uh, if Sir Ryan Farrow, uh, ends up asking about my whereabouts, would you please tell him that I've went to the Dunek region for a bit if I'm not back already?
Yeah, I let the guards know.
Oh, thank you so much. Um, I I'll grasp her hand, like I'll grab it like I'm shaking it, but put my other hand over it,
As you put your
like a very
scorched
polite
hand on top
handshake.
of it, just any contact against the hand just sends it.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
um and sorry, and I'll lead the Billy Goat out and try and mount it.
Alright, you manage to mount it and eventually begin to make your way down through the Dunek region. Make me a survival check.
Okay,
Or
survival.
acrobatics, your choice.
Oh, acrobatics or survival. Okay, let me check. I'm doing survival. Uh 20 plus 3. 8. So
8.
probably not gonna succeed.
It would have been a faster journey. But
It
along
would
the
have been.
way, you start to lose track of yourself because you keep going into some of the small canyon areas, and you're like, "How do I get out of here?" About 2 hours into your journey, you've only made it a bit of a distance, and it's going to take you at this point to your thinking the 5 hours that you thought it would take you to get down there.
I'm feeling it was worth an idea trying. Um, is gonna. I want to name the goat.
Okay.
Um, yeah, hold on.
How long does Fine Steed last?
Let me double check. I have the card pulled up. It lasts. It's a casting time of 10 minutes, but it doesn't give me. It's just duration instantaneous. When the steed drops to 0 hit points, it disappears, leaving behind no physical. You can also dismiss your steed at any time as an action, causing it to disappear. In either case, casting the spell against summon the same steed restored to its hit point maximum. Um, so it doesn't give me a time. I guess until I dismiss it or goes to 0, it's just there.
True, yeah, okay.
Okay. That's pretty cool. And my bonded steed is a billy goat. um. Okay, hold on. Uh, let's see. Uh,
What are you doing?
I'm gonna pet the side of the goat. I will try and go. I'm gonna continue going towards the pulling, but I want to name. I'm gonna. I'm gonna name the goat Gorgoroth.
Okay, you and Gorgoroth begin to leap and bound towards the pooling. Make another survival check.
Let's hope this doesn't take long. 12. It's better
12.
than an 8.
Okay. Okay, so you and Gorgoroth begin to leap down, and you're starting to make a little bit of time back up, and eventually, you get to a small cliff face above a small canyon where you can see you're maybe an hour, maybe two at most from reaching the Dunek region. And you're starting to look, and the sun is already at like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's starting to get towards noon, and Ryan Farrow's probably going to be mad if you're not there at the moment. As you look up and you think about this, you hear, "Meh." As the small cliff face you're on can't support the weight of this large billy goat and just crumbles as you both begin to fall.
Oh, fuck.
A few hundred feet so far, it looks like. What are you doing?
I wonder if there's anything I can do. Let me take a gander.
You can try to grab the ledge if you want to, man.
Yeah, I will try to do that.
All right.
Yeah. Can I? I don't know if this is allowed. Can I use a channel divinity to try to
No.
guided? Okay, yeah. I figured not.
I'll say you grab onto the ledge very quickly, and you watch as Gorbatron, or whatever the fuck his name was, plummets.
I'll dismiss him.
Because he is pretty big, he is going to fall at a faster pace. He's about to make me just a general dexterity check.
So just flat dexterity?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's unfortunate. I have no bonus. 8.
8. He hits the ground before he can dismiss him. As the billy goat suffers, he's gonna take enough damage to die. It doesn't matter. But like,
well, I mean, he just dismisses. I can summon him back. It's the same one. Oh my god!
As he just turns into desert sand, taking 225 fucking damage. He only has 100.
Oh god.
Well, actually, how much do they have? Does it say how much they have?
I think it says. I mean, that's well above it.
Yeah. Anyways, he hits the ground.
It's just his hit point maximum. So I guess.
Yeah, I'll just say 100.
Whatever the HP of Billy Goat has.
I'm just saying it has 100 because it's a creature that I created at the moment. So, as you pull yourself back up onto the cliff, you get the feeling you have very little time before Ryan gets back. You haven't made it to the Dunek yet. Your goat's now dead. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, I can just summon it back. I mean, even if it's dead, I can just do another Find Steed. It's the same one until I dismiss.
Okay.
Okay. I'll look towards the Dunek region, and I'll be like, not this time. Gotta get back before Ryan Farrow gets... Before Ryan Farrow thinks I abandoned him. Can't have him thinking those dark thoughts. And I'll, start running while trying to cast Find Steed during that 10 minutes, and once Gore is summoned, I'll get on him and like try and like have him run back towards where we came from.
All right, make me a survival check with advantage now because you're retracing the steps you just took.
I would need 20 plus 3. 19.
19. You actually make very good time. You get back about... It took you about 3 hours to get where you got to. It only takes you about an hour to get back. At this point, it's like about 11:30, getting closer to noon. And you can see, standing at the bridge, arms crossed, with a griffin of fire next to him, staring across the bridge, waiting, seeing you approach, is Ryan Farrow. As you begin to approach, you see him pull his body into a state of properness as he begins to uncross his arms. Anyways, that's where we end the session.
Yeah.
Alright.